Happy Monday, everyone. I wanted to jump in real quick live. First of all, if you don't know who I am, my name is Nada Buhendi, and I'm a master career coach who helps people transition into careers they love. And this wonderful Monday, I want to talk to you about how to identify the red flags when you are interviewing so that you don't end up in a toxic situation. Okay. So, how to ensure that you are working in a workplace that is in alignment with your values. And I'm going to tell you right now that the best way to do this is through storytelling. So, let me tell you a story about a story, and that is realizing that my biggest motivator when it comes to a job that I love and in an environment where I thrive is freedom. That is my biggest motivator. And a lot of it comes from my childhood. I was just talking to my mom today on the phone, and she was telling me this heartbreaking story about how in 2010 she got a phone call from one of her team members at the preschool that she manages. And that person was in a car accident. And she did not have basically the ability to pay the fine and ended up in jail. That was in my home country where I was born, Bahrain. So obviously, the first person that she thought of was my mom to help bail her. And so my mom showed up. She tried bailing her, and to her shock, she was told that she couldn't do that because she's a woman, and only a male can bail someone out. That's how insane it was. And so I realized at that point in 2010 that a big reason I left, my home country is because I valued my freedom. And that theme was carried over in all of the jobs that I've had. Whenever my freedom was violated, it was very toxic to me. I just did not feel safe in the companies that I was at. And so the reason I advocate for people to tell stories, and especially your origin story, is because you want to share your why, your values when you're interviewing with the companies. Because when you just repeat your resume and when you're just talking about, the things that you offer and you're overly trying to sell yourself and not talking about what's in it for you in a company, why is it important for you to do what you do, who you are as a person, you're going to end up in a company that doesn't accept you for who you are. So, this is why I'm actually launching a Tell Me About Yourself mini workshop on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, where I'm going to empower you with the tool of storytelling. I'm going to help you craft what I call your origin story. Hi, Sohail. So nice to see you from London. Yes, so I highly recommend that you join that session. This whole thing about elevator pitch, my God, it is so salesy, and I don't understand how people in this day and age teach that, because it turns us into desperate people and it turns the interview process into a one-way street. When at the end of the day, you need to get to the level where you decide if the company pays you to do this job. It's not just them hiring you, you choose them as well. And this is why the approach of sharing who you are authentically through a story that basically helps the company understand why you're invested in the profession that you chose, as well as your aha moment. Not only does that build rapport with the prospective employer, but it is also, a way to gauge the temperature of whether they accept you as a human being or not. Because it's at the end of the day, people choose to work with people they like. And if they don't like you based on your authentic origin story, then they're not going to hire you. And yes, freedom is why I left many of my companies. In fact, if you want to read my origin story, it is actually on my website, nadabuhendi.com/about. That's where you can find my origin story. And I'm going to tell you right now, my origin story is what got recruiters to reach out to me. To this day, offering me director level roles, not because of my resume, but because of the origin story on my website. And I'm going to help you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern learn how to craft an origin story like mine. So if you go on nadabuhendi.com/about, you can read more about me. And then the other thing that I wanted to say is make sure that you register for the LinkedIn Live. It is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you cannot find the basically event, I invite you to send me a DM so that we can send you the link. But I'm going to put it here just so that you all have it in case you can't find it. And yeah, I hope that you join me at 7 p.m. Eastern. You definitely don't want to miss out on that because I give you the exact formula on how to build a killer origin story that's not only going to help you with interviews, but actually make it very easy for you when it comes to networking, whether you're talking to an executive, whether you're talking to a hiring manager. The origin story is your secret weapon. And what has helped my clients basically overcome objections around them not having a specific skill or a specific certification. Because once you build that rapport with the hiring manager, they're going to overlook all of these things. So thank you for listening. I look forward to see you all there. And if you can't find the link to the event, definitely send me a DM and I'll gladly point you to it. And if you can attend live, although I highly recommend that you do attend live so that you can ask me questions, you can still watch the replay, but you do have to register for the event to be able to watch the replay. I hope you have a wonderful Monday and see you soon.